incompetent. Absolutely incompetent. Service was slow. And food arrived cold. Unbelievable. Do I have to do everything myself? Lily, explain something to me.
Yes?
Why did we have a 40-minute wait time last Saturday during a dinner service?
We were fully booked. Every table was occupied and...
That's a pathetic excuse.
But there was nowhere to seat people.
You should have managed the floor better, turned tables faster, found creative seating solutions. Your inability to think on your feet makes you worthless.
I followed the seating chart you created and the kitchen was backed up, which slowed everything down.
Stop making excuses. Stop blaming others for your failure.
I'm not making excuses, I'm just explaining.
Maybe you're just not smart enough in this job. Managing reservations and flow requires intelligence and quick thinking. Qualities you clearly lack.
I'm sorry, I'll do better.
Oh, you're sorry? Tears won't fix your incompetence, Lily. Here, read this one. Waited 30 minutes to be seated even though I could see empty tables.
Those tables weren't clean yet.
Hostess seemed disorganized and confused. That's you, Lily. That's how customers see you.
Some of those reviews mention food quality issues that have nothing to do with hosting.
Stop talking back. Just stop. Accept responsibility for once in your life. Do you enjoy eavesdropping in conversations?
It's hard not to hear when you're speaking so loudly in an open dining room.
You being smart with me?
No, just stating a fact. Your voice carries.
Your job is to serve food and keep your mouth shut. Now offer commentary on management discussions. You have until opening 1 hour to come up with some real solutions improving wait times. You can find your employment somewhere else. Your choice.
You're gonna be okay.
Time's up. Let's see those brilliant solutions.
I came up with several ideas.
Implement a waitlist app. Offer bar seating for smaller parties. Better communication with kitchen. Is this what you came up with? Simplistic, obvious nonsense any first-year hospitality student would suggest. Where is the real innovation?
These are practical solutions that other restaurants are successfully doing.
Practical means mediocre, and mediocre doesn't cut it in fine dining. Try again during your lunch break, which you don't deserve, but I'll graciously allow.
I worked hard on those ideas.
Working hard doesn't matter if the results are garbage. Effort without excellence is just wasted time.
Excuse me. I couldn't help but notice that Lily's suggestions are actually aligned with industry best practices. I've read about similar implementations at successful restaurants.
When did servers start having opinions about restaurant management?
I'm just sharing an observation based on experience.
Your experience amounts to carrying plates and taking orders. Hardly qualifications for strategic planning.
Everyone in a restaurant contributes to its success, from the kitchen to the front of the house.
Let me educate you about something. The hierarchy of restaurants exists for a reason. I worked my way up from washing dishes to management over 15 years. I earned this position through dedication and sacrifice. Servers don't get to have opinions until they're paid their dues, and you clearly have not.
Does paying dues mean treating people with disrespect?
It means understanding that leadership requires tough decisions and honest feedback, even if it hurts feelings.
Honest feedback can be delivered with dignity. Crumpling someone's work and throwing it on the floor isn't feedback, it's humiliation.
You've crossed the line. You're not just a server of opinions now. You're insubordinate. Get back to your section before you join Lily on the unemployment line.
Interesting management philosophy.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing. Just that I'm learning a lot about how this restaurant operates.
I'm done wasting time with your incompetence, both of you. I have actual work to do. Meeting with the regional director this afternoon to discuss my promotion to the multi-unit supervisor, and perhaps my departure will be good for you. You'll get a softer manager who coddles mediocrity.
Can I talk to you for a second?
Of course.
Thank you for speaking up earlier. No one's ever defended me like that against James.
You deserve to be treated with respect. Everyone does.
I've been thinking about quitting, but I love hospitality, but I can't handle his constant criticism anymore. That's just the way he makes me feel so stupid and worthless. And
Don't give up on your dreams because of one bad manager.
how do you stay so calm when he attacks you? I fall apart.
I've learned that bullies like James are usually insecure. They try to feel powerful by diminishing others.
What? Gossiping about me now? I'm not surprised. Unsuccessful people always blame their superiors instead of looking at their own shortcomings.
Do you consider yourself successful?
Obviously. I manage a prestigious restaurant. I'm considered for a major promotion.
Is success measured by titles or by how you treat people?
Philosophical questions don't pay bills or earn promotions. Results matter, not feelings.
What about staff turnover, negative reviews? Do those count as results?
Where do you get off questioning my performance? You've been here for what? A few weeks? I've built this operation over years.
I've been here for exactly 2 weeks, working undercover to assess management practices across the restaurant group.
What are you talking about?
My name is Carmen Richardson. I'm the CEO of the restaurant corporation that owns this establishment.
That's impossible. The CEO wouldn't work as a server.
I do this regularly. It helps me understand ground level operations and evaluate leadership quality firsthand.
Well, if this is true, then you've seen I run a tight ship. High standards, that's what makes great restaurants.
I've seen you humiliate staff, disregard good ideas, create a toxic environment where talented people are afraid to speak.
I'm just passionate about excellence. Sometimes that requires tough love.
There's nothing loving about your behavior. It's abuse disguised as management.
Restaurants are high pressure environments. Not everyone can handle the heat.
Pressure doesn't require cruelty. Great managers build people up. They don't tear them down.
Look, if I know who you were, I would have conducted myself differently.
That's exactly the problem. Everyone deserves the respect you would have shown me as the CEO. The janitor, the dishwasher, the hostess, everyone.
My methods get results. That's what matters to the bottom line, right?
These are your results. Customer satisfaction scores down 18% in 6 months. Staff turnover at 62%, and 7 HR complaints filed against you in the last year alone. Your employment is terminated, effective immediately. You need to collect your personal items and leave.
We'll see about this. I have lawyers. This is wrongful termination.
Okay, so you just want to make sure that the connection is secure before the power is on, okay? See the indicator light? It should be solid green, not blinking.
Okay.
And once it's connected to the main hub, we'll configure the sensors. The client wanted extra coverage in the hallway and bedroom.
Oh, that wasn't on the original work order though, right?
No, but they asked this morning when we arrived. It's part of the premium package. They already paid for it, so there's no issue.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, I'll be here. No, yeah. Just tell them I'm dealing with incompetent staff. Exactly. All right. And why aren't you done yet? This was supposed to take 3 hours, not 4.
The client requested additional sensors that weren't in the original paperwork. We're just finishing.
Time is money, baby. Every extra hour costs me my bonus. Finish the base installation and move on.
But the client specifically asked for full
Clients
coverage.
don't know what they need. That's why we are the professionals. Sell the approved package and move on to the next part of the house. And who is this?
Oh, this is Joe, the new technician from corporate. He's training with me this week.
Great. Another body to slow things down. Word of advice, new guy, don't let Emma's overachieve and rub off on you. Efficiency matters more than perfection in this business.
Kyle, what should I tell the client about the sensors? They requested it.
Schedule a second appointment. Charge them the standard $500 service fee.
The sensors are included in the premium package. They already paid for them.
The client does not know that.
Is overcharging company policy?
Does the new guy have opinions already?
Just trying to understand the procedures.
Well, here's a procedure for you, sir. Do what management says without questioning me. Is that clear enough? Goodness, and this is filthy. Look at, what you plan on doing with this? How you expect to do quality, clean work with filthy, lackluster equipment? Documenting slow progress for your performance reviews as well.
Okay, do you want to document the client's request as well for accuracy?
What? You worry about your own performance, new guy, not mine. Next part of the house, within the 45 minutes. Don't be slow. Yeah, bro, like I was saying.
I am so sorry you had to see that.
Is he always like that?
I've seen, trust me, better days.
Wow. How long have you dealt with him?
Look, it's been 2 years since he got promoted to regional manager, but he was tolerable before then. Now he only cares about the bonuses and performance metrics. He's been adding unauthorized charges for months. Fees for services that already included, fake upgrades that don't exist. I've been keeping records, but I don't know what to do with them.
Can I see them? Wow. These are thorough. Can you send those to me?
Yeah, if Kyle found out I showed him.
He won't. I promise.
All right. Wait a minute. Hello?
Why aren't you at the next part of the house? I can see the computer install just went online. You still in the living room?
We finished early. I added the sensors on the TV at no charge since they were included in the package.
And who authorized that?
I used my judgment.
That's exactly why you are still a technician and not management. Leave the computer alone and move on to the next part of the house. We have to finish in 3 hours.
We need to move on.
Hey, you're doing the right thing, okay? For the client and for the company.
Doesn't matter. If Kyle takes my performance review again, you know what? Let's just move on before he finds something else to yell at me about. Kyle marked this as an emergency repair, premium rate. It's a minor calibration, 15 minutes max.
Yeah. Why would he mark it as an emergency?
Because emergency calls justify premium charges. He does it all the time with routine maintenance. Hello?
Okay, now you're finishing the job way too fast. I just see the smart oven come on. We need a full 3 hours to charge a premium.
Because it really wasn't an emergency. It was just a calibration.
Stretch it out. Take your time, justify the charge.
That's dishonest. We've been charging them from work we're not doing.
It's business, Emma. Either learn how it works or stay a technician forever.
Hi, what's the criteria for marketing a call as an emergency?
Who is this?
Oh, it's Joe, the new guy. Just trying to understand the emergency criteria.
The criteria is that I say it's an emergency. That's it.
Okay, does corporate have different standards?
Man, you on thin ice, new guy. Questioning management is not how you keep this job.
Understood.
Take another hour on that oven. Minimum. Or you're both getting written up. You know what? I'm right around the corner. Let me just come in and supervise the work, make sure y'all moving at the right pace. 'Cause y'all...
Welcome to working under Kyle.
Does he always threaten write-ups?
Only when you do something ethical.
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just observing a new guy's training.
So what, you want to verify each zone individually before?
Well, that takes way too long. Just run a little master diagnostic and move it on.
The manual specifies individual zone testing to isolate potential issues.
Real field work is different from what's in the manual. You would know that if you had management experience.
Well, this seems to match the manual specifications exactly, so.
Field conditions vary. You can't just follow a manual blindly.
The manual accounts for field variations. Section 7, page 12.
Been doing some reading, have we?
No, just trying to learn the proper procedures.
The mountain bracket is off center.
It's leveled and centered to specification.
Nah, I consider the mounting bracket is off. Don't argue with me.
Well, I took measurements. I have the specs right here if you'd like to see.
You know what? I'm writing both of y'all up. I'm writing you up for taking too long. And you, new guy with the shoes, for insubordination.
Can I see the write-up before you file it?
No. Management decisions aren't set up for discussion.
Well, actually, employees have the right to review disciplinary actions before filing. It's in the employee handbook, section 4.
Oh, you memorized the handbook.
I like to be thorough.
I know you've been collecting data on me. Who are you showing it to?
I don't know what you're talking
Man, don't play dumb with me. I saw you show something to the new guy on your phone earlier. What was it? Matter of fact, give me your phone.
No.
That's company property.
Actually, it's her personal phone. You have no right to it.
What? Man, who the hell do you think you are?
I think it's time to drop the pretense.
Drop the what?
My name is Joe Mitchell. I'm the CEO of this company.
Man, that's impossible.
I do this regularly. I go undercover to evaluate management practices and employee treatment. I've been documenting everything for 2 days.
Man, look, I'm trying to meet aggressive performance targets. Corporate sets impossible standards.
Targets don't justify fraud or abuse, Kyle.
She's disgruntled, making false accusations because I didn't promote her. If anything, that's retaliation. You can't say that that's on me. Hold on. Recording conversations is illegal.
One party consent state. And I authorize it as a CEO. Completely legal.
I was testing you, both of y'all, to see if you would follow unethical orders. It was all just a test, you know?
Is that your official statement, Kyle Harrison? Because your employment is terminated immediately. You'll be investigated for fraud, theft, and harassment.
What? I made this territory the most profitable territory in the region.
Yeah, you made it profitable by stealing from clients. Real profitability will be significantly higher once we process refunds and restore trust.
Nah, I demand to speak to HR immediately.
HR will contact you. Your regional director approved this termination yesterday.
All right, now sue. Wrongful termination. Entrapment. Look, I got lawyers.
You're welcome to try. We gave you every opportunity to follow proper procedures. You chose the opposite every single time. Company property stays here.
Huh? No, this has my personal files on it, man. I can't give you this.
Which you were accessing on company time using company equipment. Everything will be reviewed and personal items returned after the investigation.
You a snitch, a traitor.
And you're a thief and a bully. This is your fault, not mine.
Y'all gonna regret this. Both of y'all.
Are you okay?
I just can't believe he's actually gone.
Oh, I'm sorry you had to endure him for so long.
How long have you known about what he was doing?
Corporate received multiple complaints over the past 6 months. Your records were forwarded to us anonymously. That triggered the investigation.
I didn't forward them.
Someone who cared about you did. Another technician who saw what you were documenting, Emma. You know, I'd like to offer you the regional manager position, if you'll accept.
What?
You're qualified. You're ethical. You care about quality and treating people with respect. That's exactly what we need.
I don't know what to say.
Well, you could say yes. We'll provide full training, mentorship, support, and a significant raise.
Yes, I accept.
Good. You start Monday.
Thank you.
Joy, you've been running back and forth to the restroom all week. I need those quarterly reports done by this afternoon.
Okay.
Good morning. You must be Nina.
Yes, that's me.
Welcome to TriStar Marketing. I'm Porter, Senior Account Manager.
Nice to meet
Everyone, this is Nina. She's the Marketing Manager from Apex Solutions, one of our biggest clients. She's going to be spending the week with us for some collaborative meetings.
I'm really looking forward to working with all of you. I believe face-to-face collaboration always yields the best results.
Seth Phillips, Regional Director, we prepared extensively for your visit.
Oh, and this is Joy. She's one of our most talented account executives.
It's nice to meet. Excuse me.
I apologize for that. I don't know what exactly gotten into her lately, but I intend to find out.
Is she all right?
She's been feeling under the weather for the past few days. I hope she's okay.
I really hope it's nothing serious.
I hope so too.
For her sake, I hope so as well. Joy? Joy!
I'll be out in a minute.
I don't have all day. What's going on with you? This isn't the first time this week.
I think I might just have food poisoning or something. That new place I tried for lunch yesterday was just...
Food poisoning doesn't usually last this long.
Well, I've been fighting a stomach bug too, so...
Are you pregnant?
What? No, of course not. It's just bad food, I swear.
You sure about that? You better not be. I hate pregnant women.
Yes, I'm sure. It's just food poisoning.
I apologize for the interruption. Welcome.
No apology necessary. Are you feeling any better?
Yes, thank you. Just something I ate.
Then maybe you should take the first half of the day off to recover.
Is that really necessary?
I'm sure I can push through.
No, no need. You clearly need the rest, and there's no point in working if you're feeling unwell.
Of course. Joy, take the day. Feel better.
Thank you.
Shall we proceed to the meeting?
Yes, of course. Lead the way.
Accounting has prepared an exciting proposal for you.
Hey, are you okay?
Yeah, it's just a bug. They said I could take a half day off.
Do you need a ride home or anything?
That's sweet, but I'll be fine. You should just stay here and work. I don't want to get you in trouble.
Is Seth being hard on you again? I know how he can be.
He's just difficult, but I need this job, Porter. I can't afford to get fired right now.
Fired? Why would you get fired for being sick?
We can talk later. I really should go rest.
Joy, look, whatever's going on, I'm here for you. You know that, right?
Thanks, Porter. That means a lot.
So, for the upcoming week, we've scheduled meetings with department heads to give you a comprehensive overview of the strategies for the Apex campaign.
That sounds great. I'm particularly interested in seeing how your team collaborates day to day. In my experience, the company culture often reveals itself in those small interactions.
We have an excellent culture here, productivity focused and result driven.
And what about Joy? Will she be okay?
Should be fine. Was there something specific about our campaign strategy you wanted to discuss?
Actually, I'm curious about Joy. She seemed really unwell and quite stressed.
Between us, can I ask you your honest opinion about a woman? Do you think she might be pregnant?
That's quite a personal assumption. Why do you ask?
The symptoms, the sudden nausea, running to the bathroom, she denies it. But I've seen it before.
I mean, it's possible. Morning sickness can present that way, but it could also genuinely be food poisoning.
I knew it. Women can always sense these things.
Would it be a problem if she were pregnant?
Let's get back to the Apex campaign. I think you will be impressed with...
Seth, you seem concerned about the possibility of Joy being pregnant. Is that an issue for you or the company?
Look, I'm just thinking about the company. A pregnant employee becomes a liability. Doctor's appointment, sick days, reduced productivity, the maternity leave. We have to find a replacement, redistribute workload. You and I both know it's a headache.
That perspective seems rather outdated. If she's working here, she must be highly qualified. This company has a reputation for hiring the best talent and valuing its employees.
What exactly do you know about our company?
More than you think, actually. And we're not even certain Joy is pregnant, so all of this is speculation. Let's continue our meeting tomorrow when we're all fresh. I'd like to review some materials before we proceed.
Of course, whatever works best for you.
Oh, hey, welcome back. You feeling better?
Yes, much better. Thanks. Are Nina and Seth around?
Seth's in his office. He asked to see you as soon as you came back, and Nina hasn't come in from lunch yet, so.
He wants to see me already?
Hey, whatever it is, I've got your back. You know that, right?
Thanks, Porter. That means a lot right now.
Come in. Feeling better?
Yes, thank you.
I'm going to ask you one more time, and I expect an honest answer. Are you pregnant?
I told you yesterday, it's just food poisoning.
If you're lying to me, it's going to become obvious in a few months. You won't be able to hide it forever. Think carefully about your answer.
I took a test last night and it was positive.
So you lied to me?
I was scared. I'm still processing it myself.
You understand this makes you a liability to the company, right?
This is exactly what I was afraid of. This is why I didn't tell you. You're a terrible manager who can't handle anything that might slightly inconvenience you.
What's your tone? This isn't about inconvenience. This is about business. We can't afford to have an employee who's going to need special accommodations that cost the company money.
Always excelled at my job. My performance reviews are stellar. Why would you assume that will change?
It always does. The doctor appointments, the morning sickness, the maternity leave, the divided attention. It's just better that we make a clean break now.
Are you firing me?
I'm giving you the opportunity to resign.
That's illegal. You can't fire someone for being pregnant.
Subi, I'd rather deal with that than handle your maternity leave and all the disruption it may cause.
You haven't heard the last of this. Good lunch.
I did. How about you?
Oh, this was good. Very good.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Joy, what's wrong?
I'm pregnant and Seth just fired me.
He what?
That's completely unacceptable.
Is there a problem?
Yes, there is. I understand you just fired Joy because she's pregnant.
That's a simplification of a complex performance issue.
Okay, that's a lie. Joey is one of our best account executives.
I made my decision. The company can't afford a disruption that a pregnancy will cause.
Joy is not fired.
Excuse me? I don't think you have any authority to make that decision.
Actually, I do. I'm not Nina Davis from Apex Marketing. I'm Nina Chambers, CEO of TriStar's parent company. I've been visiting our offices undercover to assess company culture and management practices.
I knew there was something different about you. You asked too many good questions.
Nina, I can explain. I was only thinking of the company's best
By
interests.
discriminating against a pregnant employee, by creating a hostile work environment, by violating multiple labor laws.
The pregnancy would affect her performance.
Whoa, she's always been amazing at her job. You're just a bully who can't handle any situation that requires basic human compassion.
I spent one day in this office and witnessed multiple instances of unprofessional behavior from you. I can only imagine what goes on when there isn't a CEO watching.
I'm one of your top regional performers. The numbers speak for themselves, Nina.
Numbers aren't everything. Our company values include respect, integrity, and fostering a supportive environment for all employees.
That's all corporate talk. The bottom line is what matters, and Nina, you know that.
The bottom line is that you're fired, effective immediately. HR will be contacting you about the terms of your separation, and be aware that your attempt to terminate Joy's employment will be fully documented to the appropriate authorities.
You can't do this to me. I've given years to this company.
Please collect your personal items and leave the premises within the hour. Security will escort you out if necessary. I am so sorry you had to experience that. Your job is secure, and in fact, I'd like to discuss a promotion that's been overdue based on your performance records.
Thank you. I don't know what to say.
You don't need to say anything. We'll also be implementing a comprehensive maternity policy review to ensure all your employees feel safe.
And I'm more than happy to help cover any work while you're on leave, Joy. Okay? That's what teammates do.
Thank you both so much. I was so scared.
You never have to be scared to be yourself at this company. That's a promise I intend to keep. Now, let's talk about the future. I think it's time for some positive changes around here.
Summer, drop whatever you're doing right now. You see this mess? Someone completely screwed up these files, and I don't have time to deal with it. I've got an interview to conduct, and I need this sorted out immediately.
Oliver, I was just finishing up the quarterly reports that were due today. Maybe we...
I don't want to hear it. You have until the end of the morning to get these documents organized properly. Every single page needs to be in order, filed correctly, and ready for review. And if it's not done by then, you're fired. Do I make myself clear?
Oliver, I don't think I can finish all this by the end of the morning. There's got to be at least 3 hours of work here. I mean, it's already...
Are you telling me that you can't do your job? Because I can find someone who can. There are plenty of people out there who would be grateful to have your position. Don't test me today, Summer. I'm not in the mood for excuses or complaints. You'll get it done or you'll clean out your desk. What's it gonna be?
Okay, I'll get it done.
Good. Now then, is the candidate here yet? The interview was scheduled for 10 o'clock and I do appreciate punctuality.
Yes, she's... Camila is waiting for you in the interview room. She arrived about 10 minutes ago.
Excellent. I do like when people arrive on time. Shows respect and professionalism. Don't know what I would do if she'd been late. And remember, those documents need to be finished by the end of the morning. I'll be checking on your progress.
Yes, I understand. How am I gonna get through all of this?
Camilla, I presume? I'm Oliver Martinez, the hiring manager for this position.
Yes, nice to meet you, Mr. Martinez. Thank you for taking the time to meet with me today.
So, Camilla, I have to say I've reviewed your resume and I'm very impressed with your background. But I'd love to hear from you directly. Please go ahead and tell me a bit about yourself and your professional journey.
Thank you so much for saying that about my resume. I really appreciate it. Well, I started my career about 8 years ago as an intern at Morrison Associates, which is a major consulting firm here in the city. I was there for about 6 months, learning the basics of project coordination and client relations.
Wow, Morrison Associates, that's a very well-respected firm.
Absolutely. After my internship, I was hired as a junior project manager at Tech Vision Solutions, where I spent 3.5 years. I was responsible for coordinating multiple client projects simultaneously, managing timelines, budgets, and cross-functional teams. From there, I moved to Apex Consulting as a senior project manager, which is the role I held most recently. And in that position, I was overseeing projects with budgets exceeding over $2 million and managing teams of up to 15 people.
That's quite a progression. It sounds like you've taken on increasing levels of responsibility at each step.
Exactly. I've always been someone who seeks out challenges and opportunities to grow. I believe that's what makes me effective in leadership roles.
I can see that from your track record. Now, I do notice there's a gap in your employment history here. You left Apex Consulting about 14 months ago, but your previous position ended only 2 months ago. Can you tell me about that year in between?
That's a great question, and I'm glad you asked. I made the decision to take a year off to focus on my mental health and personal well-being.
I see. That takes courage to do.
Thank you. It wasn't an easy decision, but I recognized that I had been pushing myself pretty hard for several years without taking time to recharge. And during that year, I did some traveling. I spent about 4 months in Europe staying with friends that I had made during college.
That sounds wonderful. Traveling can be so enriching.
It really was. I also used that time to work with a therapist to develop a better work-life balance strategies and stress management techniques. I felt it was important to invest in myself so that I could return to the workforce as the best version of myself.
I think that's fantastic. Honestly, I wish I could take a break like that sometimes. Sometimes I feel like I'm just drowning in this place. Oh, I'm sorry. Where were we? Yes, so Camilla, now please tell me, why did you decide to leave your most recent position? I see you were a senior manager for almost 5 years there.
Yes, that's correct. I left because I started to notice some concerning changes in the company culture. The environment was becoming increasingly toxic and management began treating employees poorly.
How so?
They started demanding excessive overtime without compensation, disregarding work-life balance, and generally not valuing employee well-being. There was also a lack of professional development opportunities and very little recognition for good work.
That sounds really challenging.
It was. I believe that employees do their best work when they feel valued and supported. When that foundation wasn't there, everyone suffers. The employees, the clients, and ultimately the company itself.
Yeah, I completely understand. And I want to assure you that our work environment here is much different. We prioritize employee satisfaction and maintain reasonable expectations for work-life balance.
That is so wonderful to hear.
Honestly, Camilla, I have to say that I'm very happy with how this interview has gone. You have exactly the kind of experience and mindset we're looking for, and I have high hopes for your candidacy.
Thank you so much. I have to say I'm really excited too. I've heard only positive things about this company, and everything you've told me today reinforces that this would be a great fit.
I hope so too. I can honestly say that things are looking very good for you. Thank you again for coming in today.
Wow, thank you so much for your consideration. What's wrong?
You forgot to mention that you're pregnant.
I'm sorry. Is that a problem?
You weren't honest with me. You sat through this entire interview without disclosing your condition. That completely changes everything.
How does it change anything? And I didn't have to disclose anything about my personal life because my pregnancy doesn't affect my ability to work.
Are you kidding me? What about maternity leave? How am I supposed to plan for that? How am I going to find someone to cover your work when you're out for months?
Those are normal considerations that any employer has to plan for.
And what about your emotional state, huh? Pregnant women are moody. They make decisions based on hormones instead of logic. That's a liability we can't afford to take on.
What you're doing right now is completely illegal. A company cannot refuse to hire someone solely because they're pregnant. This is textbook pregnancy discrimination, which violates federal law.
Federal law. I don't care about that.
Well, you have to care. This company is supposed to have a reputation for being fair and understanding with all employees.
What do you know about this company?
I know more than you think I do.
Follow me, I need to clear some things up. Summer, stop what you're doing right now.
Is everything okay?
When this woman walked in here earlier, did you know she was pregnant?
I don't understand why you're asking me that.
It's a simple question, Summer. Did you or did you not notice that she's pregnant when she arrived?
You cannot interrogate her like—
Shut up, I'm not talking to you right now. I'm not going to ask you again. Answer me now, or you can join her in looking for a new job.
Yes, of course, I noticed. How could I not notice?
Then you should have warned me. It's unacceptable that you let me walk into that interview unprepared.
Stop treating her like this. She did not do anything wrong.
This is exactly what always happens. I let women get what they want, and then I end up regretting it. Every single time. Why do I keep doing this to myself? Why do I keep trusting them?
Oliver, you can't refuse to hire someone just because they're pregnant. If she's qualified to do the job, that should be enough.
Thank you, Summer. That's exactly right. You should be considering my qualifications just like you were doing during the interview. Everything was going perfectly well and you were ready to hire me.
That was before I saw your situation.
My situation? Is that what you're calling my pregnancy?
Oliver, you're always treating women poorly in this office. You can't keep getting away with it.
Oh, I see what's happening here. You're ganging up on me now. Is that it? No, you need to leave right now. And you're fired. Clean out your desk.
No, I'm not going anywhere and you're not firing her.
What did you just say to me?
You heard me correctly. My name is Camilla Mirren and I'm the CEO of this company. I've been receiving multiple complaints about discriminatory behavior, especially towards women employees. And I wanted to see for myself what was really happening here.
Oh my God, I am so glad you were here.
Are you one of the employees who made a complaint?
Yes, I was. I've been documenting everything for months.
This is ridiculous, okay? You're both insane, absolutely insane. You set me up here. This whole thing was a trap. Well, congratulations. You got me.
Oliver, it's clear that you are not well. I'm going to have to let you go, at least temporarily.
Wait. I can change. I can be better, okay? I just need another chance.
I'm sorry, but my decision is final. What I witnessed today was completely unacceptable and illegal.
Fine. Whatever.
However, the company will pay for therapy sessions for you during your time away. If you can get the help you need and demonstrate real change, there might be a possibility for you to return in the future.
So like take a gap year? Like the one you took?
Something like that, yes.
All right, whatever. But I still think pregnant women can't work as well as everyone else.